Okay, hello guys. Happy Thursday. All right, welcome back to our July week 2. All right, I can see not everyone is here yet. Right, wow, there's only 8 today. There's only 7 today. All right, anyway, so I hope you guys are doing well. All right, so we are going into a new chapter today actually. All right, we have finished our chapter 5. I am not going to talk about chapter 5 because it's a very boring chapter. You will fall asleep. All right, you already know this endo-exo thing. All right, so anyway, what are we going to do? Let's go to chapter 6 today. All right, let's talk about chapter 6 today. Okay, sorry, I forgot to erase this. All right, let's go to chapter 6, which is our electricity chapter. I'm not sure I've been through this last week. I think I talked a little bit about this last week, isn't it? Just the beginning, right? All right. Anyway, as I said, this chapter, it is not as boring as your Form 2 electricity. All right, because Form 2 electricity, it's all about, calculation and all. But this chapter, it's more towards a real life application. All right, how do you get electricity? How TNB gives you electricity? What is a 3-pin plug? All right, how do you calculate the cost of electricity? All right, things like that. All right, anyway, let's go into our chapter 6. All right, so for those who just came in, hello. Okay, we are in chapter 6. Okay, anyway, so let's talk about generation of electricity today. Penjanaan elektrik. That means how electric comes. All right, how do we get electric? How do we make electricity? All right, as I said last week, the generation of electricity is discovered by this person called Michael Faraday. All right, he is known as the father of electricity because he is the first guy who discovered how electricity comes about. All right, so what did he do? All right, he okay, he take a coil. Okay, he take a coil of wire. Okay, a coil of wire is called solenoid lah. So he take a coil of wire, and when he put a magnet through, he noticed something. All right, he noticed that this meter, all right, the needle just jumped for a short moment. That means imagine this is the coil. He takes the magnet and he does this. Okay, when he did this, the needle just jumps for a bit. All right, when the needle jumps, that's when you know there's electricity. All right, so Faraday was very curious, like, did I just generate electricity? Because you see, when I put magnet through a conductor, okay, I put it through a coil, I see electricity, I see it moving. So that means if I keep putting this in and out, maybe this needle will just jump around. That means I successfully converted kinetic energy into electrical energy. Right? Yes, Mabel, hello. Yes, Mabel, I sent you the video through email already. Okay, sorry, it was a bit delayed, so I hope you got the video already. All right, anyway, we are in chapter 6. Okay, we're in chapter 6. So as I was saying, when you move magnet through a conductor, you will see electricity. All right, so this is actually how a generator works. All right, let's talk about a generator. What is a generator? All right, generator is called penjana in BM. In Mandarin, it's called 发电机. Okay, so what is a generator? All right, generator has two basic things inside. It has a magnet and it has a coil. Okay, coil. That means magnet dan gegelung. That means I have wire. Coil is wire. I have wire and I have magnet. All right. So to generate electricity is actually very simple. I need to make the magnet stay. The magnet stop moving, and if I move the coil, I will get electricity. Or I do the reverse. I don't move my coil, I move my magnet, I will get electricity as well. Right? Okay, yes, Savannah, hello. Right, so as I was saying, okay, let me repeat this. A generator has two parts, which is a magnet and a coil. Alright, so if I spin the magnet without moving the coil, I will get electricity. If I don't move the coil, I move the magnet, or I move the coil, okay? You just move either one, then you will get electricity. Alright, yes, Vinny, hello. Alright, so this is the basic of, electricity. This is how we get electricity. Alright, so you see, a simple generator would have two things. You see, you have a coil and you have magnet. As long as one moves and one doesn't move, all right, either it can be the magnet move, the coil doesn't move, or the magnet doesn't move, the coil move. So if one moves, one doesn't move, you will get electricity. Right? So I don't care what the size is, guys. I don't care what the size is. Something as, okay, let's look at a hand generator. Okay, what is this? All right, this is a hand generator. You can actually buy this thing. Okay, guys, if you are too free, you can actually buy this thing. $7.48. What is this? You use your hand to generate electricity to charge your phone. All right. So, wow, you see, you burn calories as well, you burn fat as well. So if you're too free only normal people buy power bank one. You see, you special, you buy this hand crank generator. All right. So you spin that mini generator with your hand. That thing will power to charge your phone. All right. So you see, a small generator like this to a big generator in a power station. Okay, generator in the power station. All right, do you know what a power station is? Do you know what a power station is? There, you see, something as big as this. Look at the size of this. All right, so something as small as this and to something as big as this, they use the same principle to work. All right, that is having a magnet and having a coil of wire. One doesn't move, one moves. You will get electricity. Right? It's as simple as that, guys. As simple as that. You just need two things, magnet and coil. One needs to move, the other one needs to stay. One move, one doesn't move. Then you will get electricity. All right, so this is how your generator works. But of course, a generator, guys, a generator needs to spin, right? Needs to turn, right? So how do we spin this thing? We usually connect your generator to a fan-looking thing we call turbine. This thing is called a turbine. When we spin the turbine, okay, when you spin this turbine is connected to inside. It can either be connected to the magnet or be connected to the coil. All right, so if you spin the turbine, you spin the coil, or when you spin the magnet, you will get electricity. Can understand? All right, so as you can see here, I can either move the wire, the magnet doesn't move, or I can move the magnet, the wire doesn't move, I will get electricity. Okay, so this is the most basic concept of electricity, right there. You see, I spin my wire, my magnet doesn't spin, then I will get electricity. All right, so when you use generator to make electricity, to generate electricity, this is what we call induced current. Okay, induced current. Arus aruhan. Okay, arus aruhan. Right, can understand guys? Can understand guys? I know this chapter looks boring now, but I swear when we start to get to know more of this chapter is not as bad as you think. I mean, hopefully lah. All right, so anyway, how do we spin this turbine? How do we okay, let me show you a turbine. This is the turbine. This is the inside of a generator. Can you see the middle? That's the magnet. And then the surrounding, the brown color one, that's the coil. You see, all generator they work the same way. Right? All generator, they work the same way. I don't care how big they are or how small they are. It's the same concept. All right, so let's look at the turbine. Let me show you a turbine. Okay, let me show you a turbine. Of course, if your power station is freaking big, then you will get a turbine like this. Then you look at the turbine. You look at how big the turbine is. All right, so as long as you spin the turbine, you will generate electricity. So how do we spin the turbine? We have two main ways. All right, you learn this in geography, right? You have tenaga yang boleh diperbaharui, renewable energy, and of course you have tenaga tidak boleh diperbaharui, non-renewable energy. All right, I don't care what energy you are using, the concept is the same, is to spin the turbine. All right, I can use hydro, okay, water, wave, okay, ocean, solar. Solar is the only one that doesn't use turbine because solar there's no moving part. Tidal, pasang surut, I use the tide. Wind, okay, angin. Biomass, I burn dead animals or animal shit. I burn it to get electricity. Geothermal, I use hot spring. And then non-renewable means these things they will one day run out. For example, nuclear. And then these three are what we call fossil fuel. Remember, bahan api fossil. So like I said last week, we are still 80% relying on fossil fuel. All right, that means if today you buy a Tesla, for example, if today you buy a Tesla, you charge your Tesla using your house electricity. If your house electricity comes from fossil fuel, so it's actually the same thing. All right, you think that you are saving the environment by changing to Tesla, by not using petrol car. But if your electricity comes from petrol, what's the point? Right? You get what I'm trying to say, right? If you drive a normal car, that uses petrol, compared to if you buy a Tesla, you charge it, but your electricity comes from petrol, it's the same, right? It's the same. So the point is not to use fossil fuel. So have we figured a way out? No, unfortunately, no. We are still very reliant on fossil fuel because they're cheap and they're very convenient. All right. Anyway, so let's look at those generators. Okay, let's look at all these generators. How do they work? Right. Let's look at the thermal generator, thermal power station. This is Penjana Station Jana Kuasa Harbour. Okay, harbour. So how does it work? Okay, how does it work? The point is here. Can you see the fuel? Fuel is bahan api, right? Fuel is bahan api, right? So when I burn fuel, I will create heat. Right? When you burn petrol, it gets hot. It's like your car. Your car engine burns petrol. That's why your car engine is hot. So when it gets hot, the water will be cooked and they turn into steam. You know what steam is, right? Okay, steam as in, you know, when you boil water, you get the air, you get the gas, that's the steam. And then when steam comes here, steam is very fast. Steam is very fast, and this steam, they will spin this turbine. You see, it's the same. Just now I said, right, you can use your small hand crank to charge your phone, right? You are spinning the turbine using your hand. Now, you are spinning a big ass turbine with steam. It's the same concept. When the turbine spin, the magnet inside the generator or the wire inside the generator, they will spin and you get electricity. Right? And then the whole cycle begins again. All right, so for this generator, all you need to know is the energy change. All right, and for this, I think this is pretty common sense, right? This is common sense, right? When you burn fuel, this is chemical energy. All right, chemical energy, and then when you get hot water, this is heat energy. And then heat energy, they change to steam. Steam will move the turbine, right? Moving, you have kinetic energy. And then kinetic energy will change into electrical energy. So this is the energy change. That's what you need to know. You need to know the energy change. Okay? Can guys? Can please don't fall asleep, guys. Are you guys still with me? Are you guys still with me? I know you guys are having cocoa lah. I know you guys are having whatever you're having in school today. Okay, yes, Vinny, thank you. Hi, Rebecca, how are you doing? I know you guys are tired lah. Oh, tomorrow exam. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I remember KK is you guys are weird ones, huh? Right. What chapter to what chapter? What chapter are they covering in the exam? Only Form 3 or are they covering Form 2 and Form 1 as well? Are you ready? That's the question. Oh, 1 to 3, huh? Walao eh. Wow, that's a lot, man. Everything, is it? Everything in Form 1 and Form 2? Wow, if that's the case, then wow, God have mercy, man. Oh, generous stuff. All right, I see. All right, guys, is a oh, 8 to 13. Wow, that makes things so much easier already. 1 to 3, 8 to 13, 1 to 3. Oh, okay, I see. Right. Oh, okay. Well, Jesslyn, thank you. Thanks for the info. All right. Anyway, yes, Rebecca, thank you. Thanks for the info. Okay, anyway, so guys, it's midterm lah. I mean, for yours, you saw papers and they're like, they ask like definition. Definition, seriously? As in like moral definition. Why? All right. Anyway, so let's move on, shall we? Okay, let's move on. Well, like, what is pressure? Okay, pressure is like force divided by area, or things like that, lor. All right. Anyway, so this is our heat generator, guys. Most of our power station in Malaysia is thermal generator. It's thermal generator. Why? Because fossil fuel is here. If we use fossil fuel, we will use thermal generator because this is the most convenient. All right. Not to mention this thing releases a lot of carbon dioxide, which is not good for the environment lah. Guys, it depends on country. Malaysia, mostly we use natural gas and petroleum. Countries like China and Germany, they use coal. Do you know that? China, they use coal. And coal is much dirtier. Coal is a very dirty fuel to use. All right. So if we keep burning coal, someday we are going to be killed by it. Okay, because it's so dirty. Right. Anyway, so let's look at the next one. Hydro. Hydro is much more easier. You just build a dam, you flush the water down, they spin the turbine, you get electricity. All right, end of story. So you start from your gravitational potential energy, which is the water. You remember what is this, right? Tenaga keupayaan gravity. That means energy that is stored in tall objects. When they flush down, you get kinetic. Kinetic will spin this thing and you get electrical energy. Right? This should be pretty simple. Next, nuclear. Right. This is my favorite. Guys, nuclear power station is my favorite because this thing doesn't produce any carbon dioxide. This is the cleanest energy to use. Right? So when you use nuclear, you create something called nuclear energy. Nuclear energy, guys, this concept is the same as your thermal power station. They will heat water. And water changes to steam. Steam will spin the turbine. Turbine gets spin the generator. You get electrical energy. Right? So nuclear to heat, heat to kinetic, kinetic to electrical. So this is very similar to thermal power station. Very similar. But of course, nuclear is much better because this thing, okay, do you know what is uranium? Uranium is the material they use in nuclear power station. This thing is so much energy. Okay, it's a few million times of coal. You get what I'm trying to say? If you use 1 kg of uranium compared to 1 kg of coal, as in the one China use, okay, coal, arang batu, if you compare coal and uranium, uranium will give you a few million times more energy. So why not use uranium, right? I seriously don't get why are we still not using nuclear. Nuclear is, okay, you might say, sir, but nuclear can explode. Yeah, this thing can explode too. Right? It's like people who say, I really cannot understand people who say, you better don't buy a Tesla. Because Tesla got battery. Battery will explode. So does it mean you stop using your phone? Your phone has battery too. Your phone will explode too. So don't use your phone then. All right? And you are saying that like our normal car won't explode. Hey, our normal car has petrol. You crash your car the wrong way, your car will explode too. So what's the difference? Right? Why is it okay to build this? Why is it not okay to build this? You see, humans we live in a very funny double standard. You know, so why not we use uranium? Hey guys, if we use nuclear, we would reduce global warming by like half. So why not use nuclear? You see, I don't understand. All right, anyway, so this is your nuclear. Moving on, so your biomass, this is by using dead animals. Guys, do you know what is methane? Methane is actually your fart. Okay, as in your kentut, your fart. Okay, so dead animals, they will produce methane too, right? That's why dead animals, they smell like fart. Okay, so when you burn methane, okay, it's the same thing. It will change from chemical. This is like your thermal power station, change from chemical to heat. Okay, and then this thing change to steam. Okay, spin the turbine, kinetic, and then you get electrical. You see, same. All the power station is the same. They will spin turbine, get electricity. Okay, end of story. Anyway, moving on. Wind, this is even more straightforward. This is, you just use your windmill. Okay, they catch the wind, they spin kinetic energy, and they spin the generator there, you get electrical. Okay, there, end of story. Next, solar. Solar is the funny one because solar, there's no turbine here. Solar doesn't spin anything. Solar doesn't move anything. Solar, they just use the solar panel. Okay, they just use the solar panel, or we call it photovoltaic cell. They just use the photovoltaic cell and change it into electric. All right. So many people will say, "Wow, sir, why don't we use solar? Solar is cheap. Solar is what do you call that? It's clean. All right, it's safe. Why don't we use solar?" Because you see, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Solar is expensive. Why? Because the panel is very expensive. All right. Not to mention, you need maintenance. Guys, if your solar panel is covered by dust or covered by sand, this thing will not work very well. So constantly you have to clean it. All right. So that's a trouble. And then solar panel, they are not very efficient. They are not very efficient. What does it mean? That means they can only capture like 10% of the sunlight. You spend so much money to capture 10% of the sunlight. What's the point? Right? So solar panel is not as good as you think. Solar energy is not as good as you think. I mean, if you have, not to mention some countries, they don't get sun. All right? If you live in like UK, hey, do you know UK, you don't really see the sun? I mean, yeah, time to time you do, but compared to here, they get much less sunlight. So it makes no sense to build this thing. All right, so solar might look like a very good option, but trust me, it is not. Okay, there are many, hidden costs and concerns. All right, anyway, so let's look at the next one. Okay, I forgot to mention something. When you generate, I did mention this. When you generate electricity, you get something called induced current, right? You get something called induced current, right? So current, do you still remember what is current, guys? Do you still remember what is current? Current is the width of the river. Remember, I mentioned that last year, right? So this is called arus. So current has two types. We have our DC, direct current, arus terus, and we have our AC, alternating current, arus ulang-alik. We have our AC and DC. Right, guys, I know you guys are bored Okay, I know you guys are bored and tomorrow is exam. I know you guys are very stressed out right now. I hope you are. All right, so let me tell you a little bit of story. Okay, so when we talk about DC and AC, we have to talk about the dispute between Edison and Tesla. Have you heard the story? Have you heard the story? Have I told this last week? I don't think I did, right? I don't think I did, right? Okay, so Edison versus Tesla. All right, so who's Edison? I'm sure you know who is this. All right, as in Thomas Edison, the guy who so-called invented the light bulb. Okay, Thomas Edison. Yeah, a little bit of story to tell you here, guys. Edison did not actually invented the light bulb. Okay, just in case you don't know, he did not invent the light bulb. He just stole someone's design. All right, he stole someone's design, he patented the thing. You know, it's patent, that means copyright lah. He copyright the thing, he patent the thing, and he sell it. All right, so Thomas Edison, he's not actually an inventor. He is actually a businessman. All right, it's just like, guys, you know who Steve Jobs is, right? You know who Steve Jobs is, right? They say that, oh, he invented iPhone, he made technology available. Guys, all the technology on an iPhone, he did not invent that thing. All right, he just happened to make this phone at the right time. That's why he succeeded. All right, so he's not an inventor as people mention. Okay, he did not invent Bluetooth. Okay, he did not invent LCD. Funny enough, if you guys use an iPhone, let me just tell you this. Your iPhone's screen is made by Samsung. All right, your iPhone's motherboard, it's made by Foxconn. iPhone, Apple, they don't make anything. All right, yes, the battery from it, yes. Okay, so anyway, Apple is not as innovative as you think. They just take everyone's design, they just put it together, and they just, you know, publish the thing lah. Right? Hey, you know, Apple, Steve Jobs, they used to laugh at Android. Haha, look at Android. We are not that stupid. We don't need big screen on a phone. Oops, am I right? Who has the biggest screen now? Oh, iPhone 13 Max Pro has the biggest screen. Oops. So you see, it's all full of bullshit one. So your Apple is not as good as you think. No. Okay, so let me come back to here. This Thomas Edison, yes, they just changed camera exactly. Right, anyway, so let's talk about this Edison. He was a major asshole. Okay, he was a major asshole. Why? His job is to steal someone's design, change a little bit, put copyright on it, and sell the design. And he made billions out of it. Right, guys? Edison, when he died a billionaire. So anyway, let me talk about Tesla. Okay, guys, have you read about him? Nikola Tesla? Well, if you have not heard of him, I think you should. Right, so Tesla is different. Tesla is a scientist. All right, he is not like Edison. He didn't care about business. His job is to make as many new things as he can. All right, so why are we talking about these two? Because Edison was a strong advocate for DC. Edison, he spent, because Edison is a businessman, right? He spent a lot of money on DC generator, all right? As you know, generator is the thing that makes you electricity, right? Okay, bencana, right? So to earn money in the future, okay, so Edison actually put a lot of money onto DC generator. Whereas Tesla, he didn't believe in DC. Tesla actually said that AC is the future. In the future, everyone will be using AC to transmit electricity. And right, he was. And right, he is. He still is. Okay, he's still right. Okay, so what is this? I'll talk about this next week. Okay, this is your TNB. This is your TNB. TNB will link power station to your house. So how do they transmit that power to your house? It's by using AC. All right, it's by using AC. All right, you might say, sir, why don't we use DC? Why is DC not good enough? Because you see, DC has this very big flaw. Okay, has this very big flaw, as in kelemahan. DC, they will lose a lot of power when you are transmitting. All right, what do I mean? That means if you use a DC generator, and your house is like, let's say 30 kilometers away if this generator makes electricity and pass it to your house, let's say they generate 1000 volt, by the time they reach your house, maybe you only get 500. So where's the other 500? They are wasted. DC is a very stupid way to transmit electricity. All right, that means you cannot live very far away from generator. Okay, from a power station. I mean, guys, would you want to live near a power station? No, right? That would be stupid, right? But in this case, if we use DC generator, you have no choice. You have to live nearby generator, nearby power station. Because if not, if you live very far away, by the time electricity reach you, there's nothing left. All right? That means, you know how stupid it is? That means every taman, you need to build one generator. It makes zero sense, isn't it? Okay, let me ask you, just in KL alone, in Shah Alam, okay, let's not talk about Shah Alam. That's too big. Let's just talk about Puchong. Any of you from Puchong? Okay, if you are in Puchong, how many taman is it here? You do the calculation yourself. That means every taman you need to build one power station. You see how stupid it is? Can you see how stupid it is? That's why Tesla said, no, freak no. We should not use DC. Because AC, if we use an AC generator, even though your house is 1,000 kilometers away, by the time electricity reach you, you will maybe still get like 990. Can you see the strong point now? I don't care how far you live, by the time electricity reach you, there's only like 1% loss. That's why AC is the way, right? You see, Tesla can foresee it like 100 something years ago. That's what makes him great. All right. So let me story you a little bit about Edison and Tesla. Okay, let me talk a little bit about Tesla. Wait, guys, do you know where is Tesla from? Tesla is actually from a very small country called Serbia. Okay, you know where is Serbia? Serbia is a country near Russia. Okay, so it's a very small country. He comes from humble beginnings lah. So he comes from Serbia, and then he went to America to work. All right, and funny enough, when he was in America during his early days, he actually worked in Edison's company. Right, he used to work in Edison's company. Right, he used to fix generator for Edison. All right, and for Tesla, he just find that this DC generator is very stupid. All right, and it's too great. He is too great to do job like this, guys. Tesla is a 1 in a million genius. All right, Tesla is a 1 in a million genius. Okay, why do I say so? Do you know remote control? Okay, do you know remote control? He is the person who invented it. All right. Hey, imagine 100 something years ago, he's the first guy who used remote control to control a toy boat. You know your remote control car, you use your remote control to control one. He's the first guy who did it. Okay. And last time people think that, oh, to transmit electricity, you need cable, you need wire. He's the first person who do it in a wireless way. All right. And so, you know wireless charging, right? You know wireless charging? You know your wireless earphone? It's all Tesla's technology. He invented it 100 something years ago. That's why he's a genius. And do you know what's a radar? Do you know what's a radar? Radar is actually invented by Tesla. All right, radar. He invented radar. So, and you know what's the sad thing? Okay, I will say the sad thing lah. He did not patent any of his work. That means he did not copyright. You know, guys, do you know what is copyright? If you make something, you would copyright your thing so that people don't, imitate your stuff. They don't counterfeit your stuff. All right, just like Edison lah. He want to earn money, so he will copyright his light bulb design. So Tesla, he did not copyright anything. He did not copyright his radar design. He did not copyright his wireless design. No, okay. You know why? Because Tesla said that if someone wants to use my design and they are using it for good, they are using it to make lives better, to improve human life, why not we let them do it? Okay? Let them do it. Let them have it. So Tesla, he has no interest of earning money. His job is to invent stuff. All right. So you see, this is mindset. All right. Anyway, talking about Tesla. Okay, we have to talk about this AC and DC war. All right. So when Tesla was still working under Edison, okay, when Tesla was still working under Edison, Edison, guys, Edison, he will constantly ridicule Tesla. Okay, as in Edison will constantly laugh at Tesla because he says that he's a country boy, a boy from a small country, a kampong boy. He will always laugh at him like that. And there was once, Edison told Tesla that if you can fix my DC, okay, I think I told this just now, right? Edison spent a lot of money on DC generator because he wants to make money. All right, and even his best engineers even his best technicians they couldn't fix his DC generator. All right, and then Edison was jokingly telling Tesla, if you can fix my DC generators, I will give you $5,000 US. Right? You know how much $5,000 US is? Was that's 100-something years ago, you know. All right, so Edison actually dared Tesla and said that if you can fix my DC generator, I will give you $5,000. All right, and Tesla, being the genius that he was, he fixed everything. Not only he fixed everything, he improved his design. He improved the DC generator's design, saying that your generator doesn't work because it sucks. The design sucks. Okay, I improved it. And when Tesla was asking that $5,000 from Edison, you know what the Edison said? Edison said that the $5,000 is an American joke. Okay, this $5,000 doesn't exist. It's an American joke. He refused to pay lah. All right, so he said it's an American joke. You know, small country people wouldn't understand. That means you don't want to pay. All right, so after years and years of under Edison, Tesla said, you know what, I had enough. All right, a talent of his is too great to stay in a stupid company like this. All right, so he actually went out and he started a company with his friend. Okay, it's called a Westinghouse. Okay, Westinghouse Electric Company. Then he started this company with his friend, and their job is to push AC. All right, because Tesla thought that DC is not the way, AC is the future. So their job is to push AC, is to promote AC. And the sad part is, because Edison is a very rich person, right? He's a very rich businessman, right? He wouldn't want his DC generator to go to waste because he spent so much money on them. So what did he do? Even deep down inside, guys, Edison know that DC is not the way. Okay, he bet on the wrong horse. All right, he deep down inside, he knew that AC is the way, but he will try his best to sabotage AC because he doesn't want AC to succeed. Because if AC succeed, DC will fail, and if DC fail, Edison will lose a lot of money. All right, so what did he do? Okay, he actually went on a lot of shows to show people that AC is dangerous. How? By electrocuting animals. All right, Edison will put up a road show. And he will use AC to electrocute, say, an elephant to death. Okay, because AC, guys, AC is very strong. That's why you see, DC, it's mostly used in torchlight, calculator, toy car. Your phone uses DC. All right, but AC is very strong. That's why they are used in, transmission. You see, when TNB gives you electricity, it's in the form of 500,000 volt. So yes, they're very high. That's why so Edison actually used this against Tesla, said that he actually electrocuted elephants and showing public, saying that, you see, this is how dangerous AC is. You still dare to use AC? Pathetic, isn't it? And not only that, he would electrocute those death row prisoners, prisoners who are going to be sentenced to death. Okay, he would put them onto electric chairs and use AC to kill them, and show it to the public and say, you see, This is what happens when you use AC. AC might electrocute you, so don't use AC. All right, so the Edison that you learn in your, guys, I'm sure in your primary school, you learn that, oh, Edison is the inventor of light bulb. He's the greatest scientist ever. What kind of bullshit is that? Guys, Edison is a freaking fraud. He's a major asshole. All right, he is the reason why Tesla died poor. Right, he tried his best to sabotage AC. Okay, and what we are using currently? We are using AC. Okay, we are using AC. Without AC, you have no electricity to use today. All right, so can you see? So you have to thank Tesla for that. And okay, funny thing about this Westinghouse company, before AC succeeded, before AC become successful, Tesla actually sold all his share. Okay, because Tesla owned like part of the company. He actually sold his share to his friend. He sold everything. So when Westinghouse succeeded, when AC succeeded, when AC became successful, Tesla did not get anything from it. He did not even get a cent from it. Okay, this is why Tesla, he died poor. Okay, Tesla, when he died a very poor man. Okay, as you can see here, he died a very poor man. He was old and he died poor. Okay, he has nothing to him. Okay, nothing on him. All right, so which is a very sad story lah. Every time I talk about Tesla, my heart really feels for him. I mean, he deserved better. Okay, he deserved better. And this genius brain, you know, he deserved much more. All right, and to demonstrate that AC is not dangerous, he actually made something called a Tesla coil, and he sit right next to it. Can you see? This is to prove that AC is not dangerous if you know how to use it. You see? He is someone that we should look up to, not Edison. Edison is a freaking liar. Okay, so did I entertain you today? Guys, I know lah, electricity is a very boring chapter. Okay, I'm trying my best to, you know, try to make you fall in love with this chapter, if not Tesla. Right, so this is why Elon Musk, he put his name, okay, Tesla's name, on an electric car, because nothing is more suitable than that. Okay, he's the guy who, Tesla is the guy who made AC famous. That's why we have electricity to use. Right, so what would be better than, you know, naming an electric car after him? You know, I don't know about you, but I think that's freaking cool. Right, so that's Tesla. So anyway, when it comes to Edison and Tesla, okay, that's about your DC and AC. All right, so let's look into detail. What about DC and AC? As you can see, DC, all right, DC, as the name says, direct, they only flow in one direction. Flow in one direction. What does it mean? If you connect a battery to a light bulb, this is DC. Why? Because the electricity, the current, will go from positive to negative. That's all. Only in one direction they travel. Okay, anode to cathode. If you still remember what anode and cathode is, all right, they will flow from anode to cathode, positive to negative. You draw your electric circuit like this in primary school, right? Whereas your AC is a funny one. AC, the symbol look like this, okay? And if they are connected to a light bulb, they will constantly change direction. That means they will go from left to right, and then they will go from right to left. Okay, that means they will flow like this alternating direction. Okay, that means they will clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise. Okay, they will go like this. So this is what we call it alternating current, because they flow alternatingly. They will reverse direction. That is how they flow. Right? So that flows in a constantly reversing direction. As the name says, alternating ulang alik. That means they go ulang alik like this lah. All right, you look at the graph, you'll understand. You see, if you use a battery that's like 5 volt, the 5 volt will stay constant throughout the whole circuit. 5 volt all the time. Whereas if you use 5 volt AC, they will go 5 up, 5 down, 5 up, 5 down, 5 up, 5 down. They will go up, down, up, down, up, down. They are constantly like that. So you might say, okay, sir, so what's so great about AC? Because you see, as they change direction, you see AC, they change direction, right? Okay, they change direction, right? DC no change direction, right? So since they don't change direction, they have no magnetic effect. They have no magnetic effect. Whereas your AC, since they change direction, they have magnetic effect. You might say, okay, so sir, what about this magnetic effect? Because of this magnetic effect, we can have something called transformer. All right. So I'm going to talk about this next week. But just to roughly tell you what's a transformer, guys? Not the stupid robot okay. I mean, come on guys. Transformer is a stupid movie. Okay, it makes no sense. Okay, the story plot is like shit. Okay, the acting is like shit. I mean, it's a very shitty movie. They make the movie to sell toys. Okay, anyway, so transformer is this thing. You have this thing inside your charger actually. Do you know that? You actually have these things inside your charger. Okay, why do I say so? Because you see, our Malaysia electricity, the electricity going to your house, TNB will give you 240 volt. TNB will give you 240 volt. But here's the thing, your phone only needs 5. If you put 240 straight into your phone will freaking explode. So what happens? This is why you have a transformer inside your charger. All right. The transformer will change this 240 volt into 5. Now you can charge your phone. You get what I'm trying to say? That you know your laptop charger? When you plug your laptop charger, your laptop charger is like a cable, and then there's a black box, right? And then continue cable to your laptop. There, I mean this. This is my laptop charger. You guys have this, right? Your laptop charger has this thing. Inside this thing is the transformer Inside this thing is the transformer. So the transformer is inside here. They will convert that wall outlet. Okay, when you plug to the wall, they will convert that 240 from the wall into V5. Okay, laptop maybe they use 20. How much does mine use? My laptop uses 9 volt. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see this. It says here 9. Okay, sorry, my cat background is blocking me. Okay, my laptop charger here says it needs 9. So this transformer will change 240 into 9. So now I can power my laptop. So this is a transformer. So you see, transformer is a magnet. It is a magnet. They can only work with AC. If you are using DC, transformer will not work. All right, so without AC, your charger will not work. So who do you have to thank? You have to thank Tesla for that, because he's the one that can foresee the future. All right, 100-something years in the future, he can foresee that everyone will be using AC. Okay, freaking amazing, isn't it? All right, anyway, so this is about AC and DC, guys. Don't focus too much on here. I'm just telling it today as sort of like a fun story to tell, because Tesla is a very awesome, scientist that you should read about. Okay, guys, if you are interested, go and read more about him, and you can go and read more about this War of the Currents. Okay, War of the Currents. They even made a movie out of this. Okay, they even made a movie out of this. Are they? Okay, so it's Tesla versus Edison. Go and read on this, guys. Go and read on this. This is worth your time. All right. Anyway, so I think that's enough story for today. Okay, let's go to our exercise, shall we? Okay, there's not much exercise to do actually. All right, so let's go to our exercise. So let's look at question number 1. This is page 15, by the way. What is meant by renewable energy and non-renewable energy? You can write this yourself, right? Renewable means they will never deplete, will not deplete, okay, tidak akan kehausan, right? They will not finish. Whereas non-renewable, okay, they will deplete someday, right? Akan kehausan. You know already lah, so write this yourself. I don't want to spend too much time here. And then B, the correct source of energy, okay, who is renewable? We have our hydro, wind, wave, biomass, solar, geothermal, tide. The remaining 4, natural gas, diesel, coal, and nuclear, they are all non-renewable. Okay, easy, you learn this in geography, come on. All right, so moving on, let's go to question 2. Right, this is how we generate electricity. As you can see, Zahid is moving the rod, and then the magnet is not moving. Like I said, to generate electricity, one needs to move, one needs to stay. One moving, one not moving. So Zahid is conducting an activity to generate electricity by using the apparatus as shown. What should be done by Zahid to produce electric current, right? Like I said, he needs to move the copper rod. When you move the copper rod, you will get electricity here. Because the magnet is not moving, but the rod, the copper is moving. Okay, so menggerakkan rod kuprum. Move the copper rod. Then you will get electricity. Okay, so next, almost the same question, I think. So Kamal and his group member have built a simple generator. The diagram below shows that design they can turn on the LED using a magnet and copper coil. So just now, we are moving the coil, magnet not moving. Now is the reverse, can you see? The wire is not moving, but the magnet is moving here. So like I said, one move, one doesn't move, then you will get electricity. So complete the energy change. When I spin this magnet, what energy is this? When you're moving something, this is kinetic energy. All right. When I spin the kinetic, and then this thing gets changed into electricity. So this is electrical energy. Tenaga kinetik dan tenaga elektrik. Alright, the energy, the tenaga yourself lah. I'm just writing the main point for you. So explain how the LED bulb can light up. How do you light this thing up? You need to spin the magnet. Alright, you need to spin the magnet. Right, memutarkan magnet. So when you spin this thing, you will create something called induced current. Okay, menghasilkan arus aruhan. You will get a induced current. So with this induced current, this LED will light up lah. All right, you remember what a current is, Okay, AC and DC, You learned current last year in Form 2, chapter 7. Okay, that electricity chapter. So number 3, suggest 2 ways to enable the LED light bulb to light up brighter. So how do you make this thing light up brighter? If you need this thing to light up brighter, you need more electrical energy, isn't it? To give it more electrical energy, you need more kinetic energy, right? How do you have more kinetic energy? You spin this thing faster lah, right? It's like your bicycle, right? The faster you spin your wheel, the brighter the headlight becomes. Have you guys seen those bicycle with headlight? There's a generator at the behind wheel there one. Okay, let me show you lah. I mean, not every one of us have bicycle. Okay, bicycle generator. Are there this thing? Wait. Hey, wow, it's showing me this. Okay, generator light. There, you see? That thing, can you see the silver thing that's sticking to your wheel? That's the generator lah. So when you cycle, you give it high kinetic energy, so the light bulb, the headlight will light up. Okay, Simple, huh? So what do? Suggest two ways. Number one, you can spin the magnet faster. Okay, memutarkan magnet lebih laju. Number two, or you can just use a stronger magnet. Alright, if you use a stronger magnet, it will give you more electricity lah. Okay, magnet yang lebih kuat. Use a stronger magnet. Alright, so easy. Next, let's look at question 3. This is almost the same question. So figure below shows tree arrangement PQR with moving or stationary magnet. Okay, stationary means bergun, that means not moving, and a coil of wire. So let's look at the first situation. So coil stationary, that means the coil is not moving. The magnet is moving. Okay, magnet is moving. So this one got electricity. Yeah, sure. Samana, yeah, sure. I'll see you next week. Okay, so anyway, next one. Coil moves. So now the coil is moving. Magnet is not moving. So now this one also got electricity. And then the last one, coil not moving, magnet not moving, both also not moving. So you have no electricity lah. Okay, so A, in which arrangement does the LED light up? Of course, you have your P and Q. These two will light up. Explain your answer. Why these two they light up? Okay, because you can say the coil. Okay, let's just say one is moving, the other is stationary. Okay, satu bergerak, yang lain bergun. Okay, one is moving, one is stationary. So you convert your kinetic energy to electrical energy. Menukarkan tenaga kinetik kepada tenaga elektrik, and now you have induced current. Arus aruhan. Now you have induced current. Okay, can so when you have one moving, one not moving, easy. Either way will do. You can either move the magnet or you move the coil. You cannot move both. When you move both, there's no electricity. So you move either one, and they will create something called induced current. When you have induced current, then the thing will light up lah. The bulb will light up. Okay, so in which arrangement does the LED not light up? Okay, that's your R lah. Now why? Because there's no induced current. Okay, no induced current. Tiada arus aruhan. What is produced in a coil of wire? The induced current lah. Mentioned that already. So what is the device in power station that use a similar concept? That will be a generator. Okay, penjana. Okay, guys, I hope you can understand. Yes, this week is a little bit boring. That's why I'm telling you the story. Next week, when I go into transformer and when I talk about TNB, that is something that maybe you can relate to. All right, maybe I'll talk about why do you get electric outage? Why do you get blackouts? Yeah, maybe I'll mention that next week. All right, so guys, thanks for coming. Have a happy Thursday. I will see you the same time next week. All right, so good night, everyone. See you soon. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.